And we welcome you live to Bloomington High School North, Tom McKinney Court, the Cougar Den for tonight's Junior Varsity contest between the Center Grove Trojans and the Bloomington North Cougars. Glad you could join us for North Cougar basketball on Smithfield Sports alongside Quinn Saturday. I am Nick Jenkinson. And Quinn, well, it's early on here, getting ready for the JV contest. This place is gonna fill up in a hurry tonight to see Center Grove's five-star recruit Trace Jackson Davis, who yesterday just announced he's coming to IU.
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit of a deja vu from last year, and we'll talk more about it because that's the varsity game. We'll talk about that. We'll focus more on the JV game, but do expect as this game goes along for the crowd to get larger and larger and larger.
Yeah, the IU game was moved up this afternoon to 1 o'clock because of the Northwestern football team playing in the Big Ten championship game tonight against Ohio State in Indianapolis. So the fans that were going to have to make a choice now can actually come watch this game as well to catch the newest recruit for Coach Archie Miller and IU. But we're going to focus, as you said, on this JV contest. Bloomington North comes in with just one game under their belt. They beat Bedford North Lawrence 52-39 on November 20th. Center Grove's coming in 3-0. They beat Franklin 55-46, Franklin Central 59-41, and then last night beat Cathedral at home in front of a sold-out house, as Cathedral also has a IU signee in Armand Franklin. And again, we'll get more into that as we get to the varsity contest, but this should be a very good JV matchup. Both teams so far unbeaten.
And for those veterans of Smithfield broadcast, you'll be hearing a couple of reoccurring names from the football team tonight here in this JV contest.
One would be Xavier Trueblood. Aaron Steinfeld is another kid that's now playing more varsity, and then also Cade Loffman, who will come off the bench for Bloomington North. But for Center Grove, here are the starters. At forward, it's Caden Curry. He's a 6'3 freshman, wears number 42. Ethan Jones, 6'6 sophomore, wears number 40. Three guards, 5'10 sophomore Landon Hacker, number 10. Dane Young is number 12, 5'9 sophomore. And Derek Peterson is a 6'1 junior, wears number 24. Troy Burkhart, their JV coach. And then for Bloomington North, they will start with Gavin Hillenberg at forward, wears number 31, 6'4 sophomore. Zach Rager, 6'5 sophomore, wears 43. And then three guards for Bloomington North. Colin Weeger, 6'1 junior. His brother Sam graduated last season. Xavier Trueblood, 6 foot junior, one of the football players we mentioned. And then Kevin Mims, the third, 5'9 sophomore, wears number 5. And if you look at Kevin Mims and you see the hair and you're thinking, LaMelo Ball transferred to North? That was my first thought when we watched practice and saw him. Kind of reminds you, the hair reminds you a little bit of LaMelo Ball. We'll see how he plays. But Jabril Conte, the JV coach. We mentioned Jabril, a 1998 Indiana All-Star, played for Indiana State University and was part of the last one-class state championship team here in 1997 with the Bloomington North Cougars. So it is Center Grove in the red, Bloomington North in the white. Glad you could join us. And the crowd, again, starting to file in, and they will be a lot more people as this JV game gets going. So we are getting set to go here. It will be Hillenberg and Jones to tip it off. And we are underway here from Bloomington North, as Center Grove will control it. And there is underneath, and it was partially blocked. Ball is loose, and here comes Bloomington North. This is Mims with the ball. Rager sets the screen, puts it to Rager, and Rager fakes out his defender and gets the bucket.
Mims with an excellent semi-no-look pass. Still got to get a little bit there before we get to the full no-look pass, but still an amazing pass regardless. Able to set up his man underneath the basket.
Who set up the screen for him to get him that pass. So good job, Zach, rewarding his big fella down low for that screen. There is Center Grove moving it around. This is Landon Hacker. 42 is Caden Curry. Hacker, jumper, off the mark. Mims with the board, and here comes North going to push. Mims, Uyghur, 3 from the wing, no good. Rebound to Curry. Dane Young. Inside, Jones guarded by Rager. Nice drop-off pass to Curry, but it's no good, and then here comes Xavier Trueblood. Throws it underneath to Hillenberg. Back to Trueblood. To Mims. Now he's going to call out the play. Rager. Gets it to Mims. Nice. Rager back to Uyghur. To Trueblood. Hillenberg. Post up, puts up a shot. A lot of contact. No call in Center Grove with the ball. This is Derek Peterson. Shot for Jones, hits the side of the board, and then a three-pointer for Dane Young.
Yeah, Young was just wide open. Good job keeping the possession alive and then finding him. Usually when the shot comes up, you kind of momentarily lose position of where your defensive assignments are, and that's just a good job taking advantage.
Ball is loose on the floor. It'll be a jump ball and possession arrow with Bloomington North. JV again, 7-minute quarters. Rager going to inbound it. Gets it to Trueblood. Hillenberg, 3 from the wing. Off the mark. Rager took a tumble, but able to get up quickly. Here's a 3. Good for Derek Peterson. Center Grove loves to shoot the outside shot, and we'll see that a lot tonight in varsity as well. Here is Mims. Gets it to Trueblood. Bounce pass to Rager. Back to Trueblood. Now back to Mims. Center Grove is able to immediately close on Mims every time he touches the ball. Uyghur. Trueblood knocked away by Peterson be North basketball.
Peterson very active both on offense and defense. That was an excellent job to poke that ball away. If he tried to block that from behind, he would have obviously been called for a foul. So that was very smart to just try to poke it away while it was going up.
And they didn't see him, so it was just a night, like I said, smart play to poke that one away. Good heads-up move. Center Grove leads by 4. Here comes the press, and easily Center Grove is able to break it. Here's another 3 on the way, and it is good, this time for Landon Hacker.
Yeah, these are 3 threes from 3 different players.
Well, their varsity coach is Zach Hahn, who was a 2007 Indiana All-Star at Newcastle High School and played on the runner-up teams at Butler University. And Zach Hahn was a 3-point marksman, so, you can figure out where they've learned it from a coach like Zach Hahn, a guy, gritty, determined player for Newcastle and Butler. So quickly, Bloomington North calls a timeout as you see Jabril Conte in the middle of that huddle. Again, Jabril, a 98 Indiana All-Star, played for Indiana State University. There's Troy Burkhart in Center Grove. Center Grove located in Greenwood, Indiana, class 4A school, plays in the Metropolitan Conference. In my opinion, the toughest conference in Indiana. You have Ben Davis, Carmel, Warren Central, Lawrence North, North Central, Lawrence Central, and Pike. That is brutal, not only in basketball but football as well.
I was trying to comprehend that in football for a second. It does not compute, but
I kind of think they're like the SEC. Like they're the SEC of high school football in Indiana. You know, they just beat each other up every year, and they win state championships all the time. And, I mean, that's a tough conference regardless. So we're back here, of course, Bloomington North in Conference Indiana, along with Bloomington South, Columbus North, Southport, Terre Haute South, and Terre Haute North. There is Xavier Trueblood to Rager. Weegar. Again, Center Grove immediately gets their hands up every time that ball is passed. That's what the Troy Burkhart and the bench are instructing the team to do. Get your hands up every time that ball is passed. Burkhart pleased with his effort, his team's effort so far. Mims gets it to Hillenberg, puts up a shot with a hand in his face, and it's good. Lead is 5 for Center Grove.
The way that Hillenberg shoots, it doesn't matter if there's a hand in his face. He has a very high arc on his shot, so that gives him a lot more opportunities to be able to shoot even when covered because he can shoot over his defender.
And that ball sails out of bounds. It'll be Bloomington North ball. And here comes Austin Booker into the lineup for Center Grove, 34. And then number 11 is Marco Fitch for Bloomington North. And number 10, Ryan Campbell, as well into the lineup. Mims, deep 3, off the mark. Rebounded by Dane Young. Center Grove gonna push. Got it. Mims did not close out, and Landon Hacker hits his second 3.
That was an excellent job, though, by Caden Curry to be able to just immediately draw in the defense, though. He knew exactly what he's doing. He knew he wasn't going to shoot that. He was setting up Hacker for that 3.
Center Grove has had all 12 points on 4 made 3-pointers. 22 is Tyler Searney into the game for Center Grove. Bloomington North inbounds it, taken away by Austin Booker. Into the hands of Hacker. Fires a 3 from the wing, this time off the mark, and Mims with the board. Searney could not get it to fall. Mims pass to Hillenberg, out to Campbell. And then there is a foul on Caden Curry. That's his first, team's first. You're gonna see Stephen Puglisi into the game, number 32, and Mason Long, number 10, into the game as well. And another taken away by Center Grove. I mean, very active, and that was just a bullet pass that could not be held on to. So a very fast first quarter of action. Inside a minute to go here in quarter number 1.
Yeah, both fast in terms of the time winding down and also just in the pace of the action as well.
Yeah, both these teams getting it up and down the floor. As Hillenberg taken away by Puglisi. And then that is going to be an offensive foul on Mason Long, and Center Grove fans and Troy Burkhart don't like that call.
That's because the defender wasn't set, but there was still enough of a push, kind of like an armbar push there, that it did make sense for the ref to call that an offensive, but I do understand where Center Grove is coming from right there.
He wasn't set. That was and a lot of those calls can go either way. They're 50-50 call, and they're mainly a judgment call most times. Good D by the Trojans. Mims going to fire another deep three off the mark this time. Put up a shot by Campbell, or Marco Fitch, and it was blocked. And that's the end of the first quarter. Center Grove leads Bloomington North 12-4 on Smithville Sports.
Welcome to Technology Powered by Smithville. Let our welcoming and friendly staff help you with your technology needs. Stop by to get Smithville Cellular Extra plans on the latest devices. Get routers and tech products at great prices. Plus, if you're a Smithville customer, you can pay your bill and change services. Come see us at the Clear Creek Crossing Plaza or check us out at smithville.com/technology. Technology powered by Smithville, Bloomington's communications and tech store.
As we welcome you back to Bloomington High School North, Tom McKinney Court, the Cougar Den. Bloomington North down 12-4 to Center Grove so far here at the end of the first quarter. Glad you could join us for North Cougar basketball and Smithville Sports. I am Nick Jenkinson alongside Quinn Saturday. So far, Quinn, Center Grove is showing their muscle, but it's from the outside with 4 3-pointers.
Usually when you don't see a high school team, let alone a JV team, that is so apt at being able to create space and wide open 3-pointers. It has been very eye-opening to see this offense just in one quarter of play. And their defense, and it's not just they're just 3-point shooters. They have been ruthless on defense.
As you see, Kevin Mims gets the scoop and the foul, and he'll get to go to the line. That's the first time that he has been able to score, but as you mentioned, very active on defense is Center Grove. And Kevin Mims at the line, 5'9", sophomore, and he gets the foul shot to go as this lead is cut to 6. Mason Long with his second foul, team's third for Center Grove. In the lane, there is Landon Hacker, and that is the first 2-point made basket for the Trojans in this game. Rebound, and now they're going to push it. This is Long, and he gets fouled from behind, and will get to go to the line.
See, what this has helped create, though, is you mentioned that was the first 2-point basket, and then here's a drive to the basket that will result in 2 foul shots. By making themselves a very formidable presence on the exterior, they have basically set themselves up to so many driving lanes for the rest of this game because now Bloomington North can't take any chances whatsoever on the perimeter.
In transition, I mean, that was just a great transition play where Puglisi was able to get it up ahead to Long. He saw that Bloomington North wasn't trailing, so that was just a heads-up play in transition as well. As you see the hands up for Center Grove. I mean, this is tough man-to-man defense. I mean, as you see, they are just helping to the ball at all times. Oh, there was almost a steal there. Wide open 3 is off the mark, and Center Grove is able to save it. And then a couple of flying elbows there and no call between Puglisi and Fitch.
Yeah, I thought at least a jump ball was going to be called there at the minimum.
That was
But as impressive as Center Grove is, we got to see Jabril Conte coach last season, and it was awesome. And you can definitely tell that he is bringing the same attributes to this team this season, and you can tell right away that they aren't intimidated. They were a little intimidated, but they aren't anymore. They're ready to take the fight to Center Grove.
And they're definitely going to do that. Fitch going to fire a 3 in the corner, rims in and out. And then That is, Cerny couldn't hang on to it and lost it out of bounds. And it'll be Bloomington North ball. Cade Loffman, 21, is in the game for the Cougars. He will inbound it, and he just throws that away to Cerny, and he's going to go one-on-one with Fitch. No call down there as Cerny and Fitch collided to the floor. And then here is Cerny with the wide open layup on the pass from Dane Young. 16-7, Trojans lead. Uyghur. Campbell. Rager gets his man off his feet and gets the two. His 4th point of the night.
Such a great job to be able to do the shot fake and get your defender to bite like that.
Because that's a lot of times that Bloomington North has not been able to do that in this game because Center Grove is absolutely on them all the time.
The next evolution to that step, though, is to draw contact so that you can get the easy and one.
He did not do that. Now Marco Fitch is going to be called for the personal foul. And that is the team's 3rd. So Center Grove will inbound as they're going to push it up the floor behind the back, and then it is battle for it on the ground and still battling for it. Here comes Fitch with the baseball pass. True Blood trying to find Campbell. Too hot to handle, goes out of bounds. Center Grove ball.
It didn't need to pass it that fast, I feel like. We're going a little too fast. In fact, if he would have been able to just like take it and stop right there, he could have probably been able to have the trailing Trojans kind of just like get out of position and then just drive to the basket.
As Derek Peterson back into the game. There is True Blood. Hillenberg gets it poked away. And here comes Puglisi to Dane Young. There is Peterson, and he gets the jumper in the lane to go. And in this quarter so far, Quinn, Center Grove has scored has had 3 made baskets, all 2-pointers. So they've gone away a little bit from the outside game. Uyghur, no good. Fitch tied up with Booker, and possession error will be Center Grove ball.
But as you mentioned, that the shift to 2, the entire idea of going like 3 only was to basically use it as a way to manipulate the defense for the Cougars.
18-9, Center Grove leads. There's the ahead pass to Ethan Jones, and it's going to be a foul on the Cougars. This will be on Ryan Campbell, his 2nd, team's 4th. Center Grove going to inbound it. Got a lot of length, and that's knocked away into the hands of Fitch, and then he lost it off his foot, and will be Trojans ball.
Just look at Center Grove's JV roster. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players 6'3" or taller.
A lot of size on this team, and a lot that Zach Hahn gets to look forward to after this season. And that will be on Xavier Trueblood, his 1st, team's 5th. Trojans with the ball. And there's the layup, no good. Offensive rebound for Caden Curry. And then, again, multiple chances for Center Grove and can't convert. Fitch comes away with it, gets it to Trueblood. Fitch, stop and pop 3, no good. And then rebound by Ethan Jones as Hillenberg was taken way out of position by Curry. Trojans with it. There's the screen. Shot for Peterson is nothing but net. He's got 7. Trueblood. Bodies flying everywhere. Hillenberg picks it up. And it is a foul on the Trojans. That will be on Caden Curry, his second. And Gavin Hillenberg at the line for the Cougars, 6'4" sophomore. Did not play any JV last season, played for the freshman team. So now this is his first time with experience, getting the JV experience. He gets that free throw. Austin Booker back in as Curry goes out. And Landon Hacker back in for Center Grove. Again, 5 quarters of 9 if you play both JV and varsity, although with I think the depth of Center Grove, I don't see many of these JV players seeing a lot of varsity minutes tonight. Dane Young with the ball. Down by 9 are the Cougars. Wide open 3 is no good. And tapped around into the hands of Marco Fitch, and he's going to push. Tries to find Hillenberg, and it is deflected by Landon Hacker. Hacker. Going to fire a 3 top of the key. Too strong. Bloomington North loves to push. Weegar with it. Approaching a minute and a half to go here in the first half. Fitch, and it's blocked by Ethan Jones. Here comes Center Grove. Austin Booker takes it to the hole. Looks like a guard on that, didn't he?
Literally, he took like 3 steps from half court to the basket.
And then on the other end, Booker with the big block, and now he and Hillenberg have to be separated a little bit as there was a stare down there. So Ethan Jones with the foul. This is Xavier Trueblood. As we mentioned, football player for the Cougars. And he will have one more free throw. And he knocks that down. As lead has they have the scoreboard at 12, but I'm sure North has 13. Hopefully they'll get that corrected here. As we're under a minute to go. And then a foul underneath. This will send Ethan Jones to the line.
He's beautiful passing and rotating underneath. That cut by Jones was an excellent cut by Jones to the basket. And basically, he had to foul because that was easy too otherwise.
Ethan Jones, 6'6" sophomore, gets the free throw to go. Ryan Bramwell, number 12, into the game for Bloomington North. And then Cade Loffman also back into the game, placing Gavin Hillenberg. So one more for Ethan Jones. As he misses the foul shot. Loffman. Uyghur. Uyghur fires a three in the corner and is good for Colin Uyghur.
If you're going to leave him alone in the corner, he's going to take that shot.
That's the first three for Bloomington North in this JV game.
And could not have come at a better time.
Cuts that lead down to 8 in the closing seconds of this first half. Wide open three, knocks it down is Landon Hacker. He's got 11. And then North can't get off a shot as that is halftime, and Center Grove leads 26-15. Here are the highlights from the first half, and it was the three-point shooting contest for Center Grove in the first quarter. Kevin Mims gets it to Gavin Hillenberg. He hits the jumper. And then Mims throws up the acrobatic shot and gets the contact. And there is the Trojans. Zach Rager gets the man off the feet. He's got 4 points. And then Center Grove kind of goes inside here in the second quarter. And then this is Austin Booker looking like a guard getting the basket, taking it coast to coast. Colin Uyghur left in the corner for three. As we're at halftime, Center Grove 26, Bloomington North 15 here on Smithville Sports. As we welcome you back to Bloomington High School North, Tom McKinney Court, the Cougar Den. The Cougars trail Center Grove 26-15 at half. Glad you could join us for North Cougar basketball on Smithville Sports alongside Quinn Saturday. I am Nick Jenkinson. There was a little confusion about the North score. We just wanted to clear that up. Xavier Trueblood's second free throw was actually a lane violation, so it is 26-15, and the Cougars will start the second half with the ball out of bounds. This is Kevin Mims. He had 3 points in the first half for the Cougars. Leading scorers were Zach Rager and Gavin Hillenberg. And here is Loffman, and he gets stripped. And then right in transition, Young can't handle it. And then a heads-up play by Caden Curry to throw it off the back of Colin Uyghur, and it's Center Grove ball.
I feel like that was an A for effort because I think the ball was still in his hand when it went out. But still, that was a excellent attempt, and it looks like the ref did actually reward him for it. But still, that was really good.
Yeah, heads-up play by the Trojans. Up 11 as we start quarter number 3. Varsity will follow here in about 20 minutes after the conclusion of this one. Good ball movement. Here's a three. Good for Landon Hacker. He's got 14. He's got 4 threes so far for the Trojans. Center Grove loves to shoot that outside shot. And they knock him down. Mims. Going to be a foul on the Trojans. They're going to call Derek Peterson with the first foul. Team first in this half. And Bloomington North hasn't played for a while. November 20th, Center Grove coming off a game last night against Cathedral in front of a packed house at Center Grove. 4,500 in attendance. Foul on the Cougars. And that's on Cade Loffman, his first and the team's first this half. North trying to throw on a little trap, and Center Grove breaks it. Young just going to take it himself and score.
And And there was a little bit of a fake out. It wasn't a big one, but it was a little bit of a fake out where it looked like he was going to pass it, but then kind of swiftly moved it into a shooting motion.
Good heads-up play by Dane Young. Mims throws it up in traffic. This time can't get to bounce, but he gets fouled and will go to the line. That's on Hacker, his first, team's second, and Mims will be at the line. And he gets that free throw to go. He's got 4 points in the game. Got both free throws to go. He's got 5. Center Grove's got to get it inbounds. North going to amp up the pressure. Center Grove going to break it easily. Stop and pop. Wing on 3 on the wing. No good for Hacker. Mims with the rebound. Puts up a shot. Can't get the roll. And it's back to Loffman. Mims in the corner, 3. No good. Rager with it. Taken away. Stripped by Young. Young gets it ahead to Hacker on the bounce. Back to Young. 3. Mims late on the closeout. No good. Curry with the rebound. No good. And then into the hands of Ethan Jones, and he scores.
It's not just the threes. It's not just the defense. The biggest reason why that Center Grove has had such a command of this game is the second chance opportunities.
And they don't give North the second chance opportunities as Jones collects the rebound. And now the officials stop play. I think the official checking Caden Curry. I think he was hitting the face and just making sure. Now Austin Booker's going to come in to replace Curry just to get him out and get him a breather. So a smart, kind of probably a heads-up move to get him out of the game for a minute just to get his breath. And Booker gets the feed from Peterson. Lead is now 18. Mims to Marco Fitch. Uyghur. There's Mims, puts up a shot. No good. Hacker with the rebound. Here comes Young, and he's pushing up ahead. And that is a nice drive on the baseline for Derek Peterson, and the lead is 20.
Yeah, there is no shortage of talent in the pipeline for the Trojans.
Well, I think in the years that you and I have been doing this the last few years, we've just seen the JV game evolve. I mean, it's not games in the 20s now. I mean, these guys are scoring 50 and 60 points in JV, and you look at and how much better they're playing as Booker grabs the rebound and gets fouled. But you're just seeing how much better they're getting. And the games are getting a little more, it's not just turnover central all the time with JV players. These kids are learning and playing the right way and trying to make sure that they get their opportunity at the varsity level down the road, as Center Grove calls a full timeout. I mean, I remember, we used to watch a lot of these JV games, and they would be very low scoring and a lot more turnover. But these guys play a lot faster, a lot quicker. And as you and I have seen, the game of basketball, of course, has sped up over the years because of the athleticism of all these kids getting so much quicker than they used to be. So,
if I just think back to my high school days, I'm just thinking back and I'm like, yeah, I can't go that fast. I had no shot.
I mean, the game has also, you look at it on all levels, how fast these kids are now. And a lot of it is, man, they're playing year-round. They're playing multiple sports. I mean, so as you see Austin Booker getting ready
I feel the year-round, especially for those who are dedicated to basketball or to the sport of basketball, just getting better in that sense. That's where we've seen a lot of the improvement, because even back in the day there were always multi-sport athletes, but you see this continuation of improvement from even like the JV level. I think has more to do with just kind of like year-round specialization probably.
And sometimes people also think it can be a little too much because these kids sometimes don't get a rest because they're playing so much throughout the year. Austin Booker hits both free throws. North didn't even get out of the huddle before the officials let him shoot that first free throw. Lead is 22. I mean, you see now, like Center Grove, I mean, if I described their JV team, I think they're just efficient, well-oiled machine. And I mean, that's Zach Hahn's going to have a lot of talent to work with coming up. I mean, and it really starts with a feeder system. I mean, you know, the elementary schools and going to the middle schools and elementary schools and bringing these kids up and getting them in the gym. Beautiful finish for Ethan Jones. (41-17) Center Grove. As they're going to bring in a fresh 5. And Bloomington North loses the ball out of bounds. They're going to bring in Jackson Barrett's going to come in for the first time. He wears number 20. And everybody that Coach Burkhart's had available to him is been in this game. So here comes Center Grove, Tyler Stearney with the ball, 22. 14 is Mason Long. Pass inside as Puglisi tried to save it, could not. North ball, they're coming the other way. And nice inside reverse layup for Kevin Mims. Here comes Center Grove. Booker gets it to Long. Back to Booker, and easy finish for Austin Booker.
Just a nice give and go.
And that's what Center Grove really just efficient in their offense. Less than a minute to go here in quarter number 3. It's going to be a foul underneath on Bloomington North. It's going to be on Xavier Trueblood. That's his third. And the team's third. Now here is the kind of the pressure. Full court. Stearney knocked to the ground. It's going to be a foul on the Cougars. It's going to be on Mims, his first. Cooper Macy is going to check in for Bloomington North. He wears 23. And there is Stearney. Inside, no good for Puglisi. As we're down to 30 seconds to go. Mims with the pass to Trueblood, and Xavier finishes. (43-21). And then at the other end, Jackson Barrett gets his first 2 of the evening. Mims. Fitch for 3 from the wing, and it's good for Fitch. as that is going to do it for quarter number 3. It is all Center Grove, 45-24 here on Smithville Sports.
Commercial Service is celebrating 70 years as the largest, most trusted heating and air conditioning company in southern Indiana. With Commercial Service and Train's special financing rates, you can afford to have the best. But hurry, this is a limited time offer. Preventative maintenance programs reduce repair and utility bills. Also, get your 15% off coupon at commercialservice.com. After a merger with R&S Plumbing, Commercial Service is now Southern Indiana's most trusted plumbing company. 24 hours, 7 days a week. For more information, visit commercialservice.com.
As we welcome you back to the Cougar Den, Tom McKinney Court here at Bloomington High School North. Center Grove in control, 45-24 over the Cougars. As we're glad you could join us for North Cougar basketball on Smithville Sports alongside Quinn Saturday. I am Nick Jenkinson. And Quinn, Center Grove went on a 19-9 run in that third quarter, and they really got a good job with 6 points from Austin Booker inside.
Yeah, Booker has been, there's been so many different impressive players. Austin Booker has been very impressive. Ethan Jones has been very impressive. Landon Hacker has been very impressive. Dane Young has been very impressive. Derek Peters. I just named the starting 5. Literally all of, and then there have been really good. Then there have been players off the bench. Caden Curry has also been real good. And here's Austin Booker again, just absorbing contact and getting the bucket.
And he's in double figures with 10 points. Mims going to fire a 3 from the corner, no good. And Puglisi with the rebound. He has not scored tonight, but he's done other things. He gets the guys involved. He's rebounded. He's saved balls out of bounds. He's done all sorts of stuff as Cooper Macy gets knocked to the floor, able to get up quickly. But they've had a lot of just balance and solid play as you see Curry coming in and Booker going out. Here comes the Cougars. Mims. Uyghur. That is on offensive foul on Mims. That's the team's 5th. Now Center Grove. See a lot of contact there between Puglisi and Fitch.
Yeah, and you saw Coach Conte like going up to the official with like an arm bar, and he's like, "This is what's going on right now."
And they don't call it as they call Mims for his 3rd. You know, it seems like at times the officials let him play, and then at other times there's stuff that's, you know, they let him go, and then other times they call it pretty tight. Mims firing another deep 3, just goes out of bounds. It'll be Center Grove ball. And Coach Conte wants a full timeout with 5:54 to go. Both these teams coming up. Bloomington North will have 2 games more at home next Friday against Mooresville, and then December 14th against Southport before going on the road to Northview December 15th. Evansville North is here December 18th, and then the Bloomington North Classic, where Bloomington North and South will be involved. They will both play 2 games. Bloomington North, both Bloomington North and South will play Evansville Central and Shelbyville. It will be kind of that morning night thing where there's 2 games in the morning and 2 games that evening. And then they will play at Evansville Rice again. Both these teams play very tough schedules. Bloomington North plays all 4A teams with the exception of Northview and Edgewood. They're both 3A. Center Grove plays all 4A teams with the exception of Westview, and that will be in the Hall of Fame Classic at Newcastle and maybe the Johnson County tournament. And then the varsity next week will be at Southport in that Forum Credit Union Tip-Off Classic, and they play LaPorte La Lumiere, which is a prep school. So, these teams play tough, very tough schedules against the top class in Indiana, as Puglisi gets on the board with his first 2 of the night.
Glad to see that after the great game that he's had so far.
And this lead is 25 as Mims misses everything. Mims misses. And then here's Searney, and Mims fouls Searney from behind.
Bit of a frustration foul. Though I do love the hustle, even down by 20-plus points, to get from off the ground and then go full court to try to block it.
No, they don't. He doesn't give up. That's for sure. As Searney misses that free throw, 6-foot freshman is Tyler Searney. Varsity will follow 20 minutes after this one, and Searney gets that one to go. Lead is now 26 for the Trojans. Center Grove's JV 3-0, wins over Franklin Central, and Cathedral. Bloomington North 1-0, they beat Bedford North Lawrence before the Thanksgiving holiday. Taken away, here comes Center Grove. Barrett, Puglisi. Working it around. Curry gets it back out. 3 from the wing, off the mark. Fitch did a great job to block Puglisi out, but there is Caden Curry to clean up the rebound and basket. 28-point lead. Now a turnover by Bloomington North will be Center Grove ball. Coach Conte down there talking to the official. As Barrett's gonna fire a 3, and it's good for Jackson Barrett, his 5th point of the night. Center Grove is hitting on all cylinders. Trueblood with the miss. Trojans on the move. Barrett. It's going to be a foul. That is on Center Grove. That is Curry, his 3rd. Team's 3rd of the half. Ryan Bramwell's back in, replacing Cooper Macy. And then Kevin Mims with it. Inside, Bramwell gets it back to Mims. He'll put up a 3, no good. And a rebound to Center Grove. Nice bounce pass, and Jackson Barrett finishes with a nice pass from Searney. That will be a foul. That'll be on Mason Long, his 3rd, the team 4th. Austin Booker gonna check back in. And as well as Ethan Jones checking in as Puglisi and Curry go out. Mims gets it to Bramwell, and he loses it out of bounds, and it'll be Center Grove ball. Approaching 3 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Crowd starting to file in for the varsity game. as they will get to see 6'8" and newest IU commit Trace Jackson Davis and the 4th-ranked Trojans against Bloomington North. Inside, shot up and good for Ethan Jones. And this lead continues to expand. Mims puts up a shot too strong. Rebounded to Jones. And then Tierney falls to the floor. No call. Uyghur going to take it himself, and they're going to call the offensive foul on Colin Uyghur.
That was very impressive to be able to take that, because as far as high as he jumped, that was almost a knee to the face too.
I just saw that kind of developing as I thought he's going to get called for that offensive foul. Here's Long to Booker, that's Dane Young. Booker showing his moves inside but can't finish. Fitch with the rebound. Cooper Macy, 23. Puts up the shot on the baseline and gets the bounce. And that is the first 2 of the quarter for Bloomington North. Booker can't hang on to it in the hands of Bramwell. Trueblood 2-on-1. Uyghur finishes. And a foul. That's going to be on Macy. That's his first. Team's 9th. This will send Dane Young to the line. 5'9" sophomore, has 5 points this evening, but is really the Trojans' floor general. As Young misses that free throw. As approaching a minute and a half to go. All Center Grove tonight. They'll improve to 4-0 in JV. North will fall to 1-1. Have a week to rebound and get ready for Mooresville next Friday. Loftman tapped around. Saved, and then a battle for it. Now into the hands of Austin Booker.
I think I've seen that kind of pass once in a dunk contest.
That was pretty effective as Mason Long, who saved it from going out of bounds, was able to get the rebound. You always see crazy passes in dunk contests. That's just the norm now.
I mean, you can't. I mean, basically, all the dunks have been done. You just have to add a little flavor to them now.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Or jump over cars.
And that's the finish for Ethan Jones. As Center Grove completely in control, dominates this game. We talked about it, the evolution of the JV game. Center Grove, here you go, with 62 points in the JV contest.
And Bloomington North, they've only scored 28, but a lot of that has to do with the defense of the Trojans, though. They, against another opponent tonight, they probably would have been in the 40s or 50s.
As Dane Long will dribble this out, and Center Grove will win 62-28. A complete performance by Troy Burkhart's team as we look at Center Grove hitting it from the outside, going inside. Just, did what they want when they want. Finished in transition, beautiful plays as Kevin Mims is able to get the bucket there. on the reverse layup. Nice pass inside to Xavier Trueblood as well. They didn't give up. They just ran into a buzzsaw as Center Grove got a lot of balance, got a lot of scoring from a lot of different guys. As you see just how they finish efficiently in this game and controlled this game start to finish. 12-4 after the first quarter. It was 26-15 at half. And then your final score, Center Grove 62, Bloomington North 28. For all the hardworking women and men behind the scenes for Quinn Saturday, I am Nick Jenkinson. Varsity will follow here in about 20 minutes on Smithville Sports.